Welcome back to our Dinner Party Podcast. I'm Lindsay Jagger.
And I'm Keith Williams.
Welcome to the podcast that's all about pop culture. Today on our episode, we have Campbell's Soup, Starbucks, cruise ships, Boeing again, Apple in Ireland, hurricane season, and the anniversary of 9/11.
Oh, good topics.
Dropping in one hot bomb, but we'll make it through, I promise. All right, Keith, before we get started, let's talk about what we're drinking today, shall we?
We shall.
We have
So,
two different ones.
yeah, I was over the sharing
That's
because
fair.
I was kind of thirsty today. It's a little hotter.
It is.
Then-
We've been going like fall weather, hot weather.
Yeah, and I was like, I want my own full-size drink today.
Fair.
So, you got your own?
I'm very excited because this is the iced tea one I've been wanting to try. It's basically Arnold Palmer. It's a
Basically.
lemonade iced tea. So
Yeah.
big fan of
I
that.
have had that one. It is pretty delicious.
Love it.
I love that one.
Thank you to Sparkling Ice.
Yeah, and then I have the cherry vanilla sparkling ice plus caffeine.
Ooh, if I hadn't had an espresso before I came,
Ooh.
cherry vanilla sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Go. Yeah.
Because I get a little thirsty, preparing.
Doing all this talking
Yeah.
takes a lot out of you. By the way, your wife is painting a fence outside in the sun, but we're
Yeah.
thirsty.
But we're thirsty, not her. She has her own drink.
What flavor? Do we know?
It's tea.
See, the ladies drink iced tea. 10 out of 10. If you like Arnold Palmer, you will like Sparkling Ice lemonade iced tea. Are you ready to get amped with some caffeine?
Yeah, I took too big of a swig and I was trying to get it down.
We almost had a spit take.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you take a drink that's normal size, and I'm going to tee up
Okay.
our first topic today. It's all about Campbell's Soup, which will soon be no more. Campbell's Soup Company wants to change its name to better reflect the breadth of the company's portfolio, says CEO Mark Klaus. The 155-year-old company is asking shareholders to approve a shift to the Campbell Company in its annual November meeting. The food firm recently completed its acquisition of, I'm going to say, Rayo's maker Sovos brands. I don't know if I said that right. But if you've seen it in the stores, it's like pasta sauce and
Oh,
frozen
yeah. I know what
pizzas,
you're talking about.
like pastas, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It has a lot of stuff under its umbrella. I did a little research because I was like, what else does Campbell's own besides soup? And it is still a lot of liquid. It's paste salsa, V8, Noosa, which is a yogurt, Prego, Rao, Goldfish, Kettle Brand chips, Milano cookies, a lot of that stuff. But my first question is, why? Why?
I don't
Is
know.
it actually gonna do you even say Campbell's soup? Like, I just say Campbell's, right? They probably can't do that because it's just a name.
I don't know. I always just say Campbell's soup, but I don't actually say Campbell's. I don't usually eat Campbell's soup.
I was just about to say that was like TBD on if I go
Yeah.
buy some now that we're talking about it, but I don't reach for that because I think of it as really like salty.
Yeah,
right?
I think
Like
of it
high
as
salt
like the
content.
concentrate. Those are always ones you have to add water to, right?
Yeah.
I always just get like the chunky or the progressive.
Yeah, they have Progresso.
Progresso,
They have
whatever,
a
yeah.
lot of different brands of soups now. Like
Yeah.
that was one thing I didn't write down, but because that's all just Campbell's actually. Like
Oh,
even though
really?
it's like Campbell's Progressive, Campbell's Chunky, Campbell's
Oh,
whatever.
the chunky is the sirloin burger is my favorite.
Because there's actual you can taste the stuff in it.
Yeah.
I did used to love some Campbell's chicken noodle when I was little though,
Oh yeah, when you're
because it's just straight
Sick.
noodles. There's like no chicken in there.
home
Like,
from school watching Prices Right,
heck yeah.
saltine crackers.
And
Campbell's soup.
honestly, like if you have a sore throat, again, I go back to it tastes really salty to me. So I bet
Yeah.
it is good for you. Like the high salt content probably does help a sore throat.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, that reminds me. There's a house, kind of on like a road on my way to my house. Their mailbox, I guess their last name is Campbell's.
Mm.
So their mailbox, it says Campbell's, but it's like
In the soup font.
it's in the soup font,
Yeah, solid.
and it's like all painted like red and white, like the Campbell's logo. It's probably copyright infringement.
For sure. Don't let if you end up with a narc of a mailman, you might go down.
Yeah,
That would be a
So-
bummer. I know a race car driver with the last name of Campbell, and I feel like he needs a helmet of Campbell's soup. ASAP.
Oh, that'd be
Oh,
cool.
wait, I just said Campbell's soup, though.
Oops.
Maybe it does matter.
It does.
I thought it was dumb. I was like, nobody's going to care. It's like, it's Campbell's, it's Campbell's. I literally just said Campbell's
He could
soup.
have a cool helmet.
He
Like
could have a really
the
cool
side is the
helmet.
can, and then the top is open, and it's just like
Brains.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it's soup, but it's brains.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna trademark that and I'll sell it to him.
That's a great.
I probably
idea.
can't. I probably can't because
Campbell's probably.
yeah, they would get mad.
Yeah.
What a missed sponsorship. Goes back to Angel Reese and Reese Pieces.
Yep.
Matt Campbell, if you ever listen to this, well, I'll send it to him. But like when you listen to this, Campbell Soup, gotta get on that.
Yeah.
Although he has other, I won't go into the lore of Matt Campbell, but
Ooh,
possibility there.
okay.
I don't know. I still think, I know I just said Campbell Soup, so now maybe I feel a little bit differently. It could be, I think for a brand, it makes sense to drop it. It has been 155 years. I don't know. I guess on that sense, like,
Then why change it now?
yeah. So
leave
maybe
it.
I go back to still, but why? Originally I said, but why? Because it's such a minor change.
Yeah.
Now I say, but why? Because it's been 155 years and I literally just dropped Campbell Soup.
Yeah. Whenever you bring it up and just
Now that
regular.
now that I know I say it, I
Yeah.
feel like they need to keep it.
Casual conversation, that is what you say.
Campbell Soup.
Yeah, it does matter.
All right. Well, we actually I like debated into my own new like feelings about this.
Yeah,
I
you
guess.
changed your own mind.
I did change my own mind. Well, best of luck to Campbell Soup. It's making the rounds. It's big in the news. I don't know. I assume everybody will approve it because I do think it feels like such a minor change dropping
Yeah.
soup, unless they have someone there that's like, it's been 155 years. I'm very married to the idea of Campbell's Soup Company. By the way, it's Campbell's Soup Company. It's not just Campbell's Soup. They're just dropping their middle name, basically.
The Campbell's Company?
Yeah.
No, it's too similar to like candles.
Everything else.
Like
Candle
candles.
Company. Yeah, Candle Co. That's a thing.
Because when you just said it, it almost sounded like you said Candles Company.
Well, that's
But
because
if
I
you
don't
said
enunciate.
Candle Soup,
Campbell's Soup.
it sounds like Campbell Soup.
Yeah.
So I think it's important.
You're right. It's actually going to be, maybe it's going to be a hotter debate in
Yeah.
that meeting than what I think.
Yeah.
I thought it would be boring. I was like, why is this making the
Well,
news rounds? But I dropped it in because I feel like I've been seeing it everywhere. And I literally was on the like, why? Also, you know when brands do rehauls, and I don't know that I have like a thought about one right now, but they kind of do reworks, like new logos. F1 did a terrible one a while, like not that long ago, like within the last decade, I'll say. That went horribly wrong. Like they picked, I think they might have even gone backwards after they did like a logo debut. But I just feel like there are a lot of companies that try and update their stuff and it doesn't stick. It doesn't work. People are like, who's that? What's that? And they kind of ruin a little bit of what goes on.
Yeah.
I don't know. And so that makes me worried because it's like rebrands can go one of two directions and it just seems like too often it goes south of those. Like if north and south are the directions we can go,
Oh,
seems like so many brands get it wrong.
I got a good one for you.
Okay, tell me.
Angie's List. To
Local, yeah, to Angie's.
That's terrible.
By the way, not female owned. Like not like
Yeah.
Angie's List is not
Yeah.
what you think it is. It's not Angie. It's a dude.
Right.
Kind of a problem. Feels misleading.
Yeah. It's just kind of the face.
Yeah, she's secretary, I think, originally.
Yeah. So
Angie's List to Angie's. I think same reason, right? They like did more than just provide lists of like providers or whatever.
yeah, it's another company bought them,
Ah, right.
and then well, actually the same company that owned. There's another one. Home Advisor.
Okay.
The company that owned Home Advisor bought Angie's List, and they're kind of the same company.
Yeah.
So they actually, at one point, tried to combine the two companies.
Like Angie's Home.
Angie's Home Services.
Oh, I was not
And
far
then-
off on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what happened with that, but now it's just like Angie.
Those are also two pretty strong brand names.
Yeah.
Like Home Advisors, I recognize that one. I think locally Angie's List, nationally, I don't know if Angie's List had as strong as of a brand recognition, just because it's not that I didn't see it outside of Indiana. It's just being that they're from here. I'm like, I think I had it more of a no.
And I mean, have you ever used their services?
Sure didn't. No.
I think we used it once. We got an electrician, and he did the work, and I thought we got away without having to pay.
Nice.
He didn't ask us for money for like 4 months later after he did the job.
That's really dangerous.
Yeah.
That's a really poor, like, business management style.
Yeah.
I hate that.
I was like,
I've had someone come back to me for money once. It wasn't me personally. It was a company that I was working for. And being in marketing, they like got the like public, email or whatever. And they were like, hey, what's like the best way to collect this money? And I was like, hey, send the bill on time. Like that's probably the best way to get your money.
yeah.
And maybe like hold on to race suits until you get paid, if it's like that detrimental to however your business cycle works.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I feel like clothes, like maybe they need to see it first. I don't know. I don't know on the like give and take of
It's weird.
receive payment, but I was like, yeah, like don't send that like a year later.
Yeah.
That's how you get paid. Promise. Promise.
Apparently people out there working for free.
Not me.
No.
I ain't people, but good luck to those, I don't know, board members at Campbell's. I feel like those are people that get paid on time. So I anticipate
They do.
a sturdy debate.
Ooh, I want to be like a soup taste tester.
I don't think I would like that.
Oh. Well,
But yeah, that'd be cool.
but I mean, maybe not in the summer. That's a lot more like a winter job.
Yeah, like in the summer, you can be like, I'll taste test goldfish.
Yeah. So actually, I've been craving some chili.
Yeah, it's almost
And-
chili season.
Yeah, like all summer, I was like, man, I want some chili, but it's too hot. I can't do it. We finally had some last week because it was the right.
It was cold.
It was the right temperature.
It wasn't cold, but
chili.
it was perfect temperature,
Yeah, it was-
especially in the evening.
In the fall, you eat chili, and that's in the winter. But it was good temperature out there for it, so it
Boom.
happened.
I'm excited for soup season. I do like soup season. I just think that that's a really specific food to taste test, and I think I'd be over it really quick.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably just doing new soups though.
Maybe. Do you think you're the person that like describes the flavors you taste?
Oh yeah,
You'd have to see how good your palate is.
yeah. I'm sensing some broccoli.
Hey, I have a way we can taste test this right now. See what your like palate is.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Out of camera shot,
Uh huh.
we have jelly beans on the table.
Yes, they are the
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter Bernie Bott's every flavor bean.
Pick a bean and tell me what
Pick
you
a bean.
taste.
All right.
Here we go. This is how you know if you can be a Campbell soup taste tester.
I don't know. I went with green because it matches the mic.
Okay. There's a
So-
couple green options. One is horrendous. So
All right,
best of luck.
So that's what it looks like.
Yeah. I think you're going to be angry.
Mm, that tastes like soap. I think.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's grass.
Ah.
It's definitely, that tastes like fresh cut grass.
Mm.
Well,
Mm. Towards the end, yeah. At first, tastes like soap. I can see more specifically, it tastes like a weed.
a weed.
Yeah, not like just
Dandelion root, perhaps.
grass. Yeah.
All right. Well, that
Hmm.
can be our audition for Campbell's. Let's move on to our next topic
Okay.
and maybe, take a drink, get the grass out of your mouth.
Yeah.
All right, Stars and Bucks. We're on deck with Starbucks again. In his first public memo since becoming the CEO of Starbucks, Brian Nicold kind of laid down some ideas of what he's going to do to improve everything at Starbucks. He focused on the company's U.S. locations and kind of was on board with the guy he replaced, Howard Schultz. He wrote that the customer experience can feel really transactional, like the menu can be overwhelming, the products are inconsistent, which is totally true, but you're going to have that with multiple stores.
Mhm.
A lot of people wait too long for something, or the handoff can be really hectic. He pledged investments in technology to improve store operations, which makes me wonder if certain baristas might be going away. We'll see. Talked about improvement to the Starbucks mobile app, as well as seating and design changes to make the locations inviting places to linger. Because I would argue that most Starbucks are also probably not. There are a couple of really nice ones here that I would want to work at, but
Yeah, there's some couple that like wants you to come in and sit, and then there's some that want you to get your coffee and go away.
100%. 100%. I mean, I know a couple Starbucks I don't think ever put tables back after the pandemic.
Oh wow,
Yeah, like there's literally nowhere to sit.
wow.
I And this one's hard. I think Starbucks became a friend to those who deal with being unhoused. And
Mm-hmm.
I think that also makes it really hard to hang out if you're somebody who's like working in a coffee shop or trying to meet with someone.
Yeah.
Those two groups just typically don't mix. And so that stinks. But also, like, there's a Starbucks here in Indianapolis that has a really nice lounge and it's big and it feels like a ski chalet. And so you want to hang out there where a lot of them are, I think, built around their mobile service and drive through.
Yeah.
And those two types of stores are just very different.
Yeah. I do have a gripe about their app.
You know what? I have a question about their mobile ordering. And I'm not somebody who mobile orders there. The amount of times you could get it wrong, like what store you want to go pick up, like how
Mhm.
many things just go unpicked up? Is that even the world? Like not picked up, I guess. Like how many things just sit there because somebody selected the wrong store
I
and then
wonder
probably
like
went to another store to pick it up?
what the cutoff time is. All right, this has been here for 30 minutes.
I bet it's longer.
Think so?
I bet I don't know. I mean, I don't know what when people order ahead of time, they're probably like en route somewhere. I bet it's like an hour. I bet you'd have to wait like a solid hour and a half before you're like, okay, this cup is trash. I've seen people come in and be like, hey, I'm picking up my mobile order. It's cold now. And I'm like they remake it, but that's literally not Starbucks' fault. That's
Right,
yours.
yeah.
Like, to me, I'd be like, well, you ordered it. Like,
Yeah.
you ordered it when you ordered it. We made it.
There was one
Not my
day
fault.
Starbucks was doing this promotion, and it was like something about buying one and getting one for free if you order it online in the app or something like that. And so I go on to get it, and the app was down. You couldn't order online. I was like,
No way.
well, are they gonna like? Because I didn't.
Do you think it crashed? Like, it was just like so big?
Because
Yeah.
I checked online. Other people were saying that it's just not working.
Yeah.
And then they didn't like redo the.
No way.
I was like, what are you talking about? Like that was the whole point. Now I'm just not gonna spend
They're
any
like,
money there.
yeah, we got so many people on that app doing that
Well,
it was
'cause
actually a terrible idea.
I got on super early to do it, and it was already down. So like I don't even know if it worked at all.
I mean, that
And
would stink.
when it came back online, I logged in, and all my stars were gone.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know how many I had, but they were all gone.
They hit like factory reset
They
on
sure
everyone's
did.
app.
They sure did.
Some people have a lot of Starbucks points,
They do. Don't usually.
right?
There was a time I had some. Uh,
It's expensive to get them points.
so Jessica somehow is lucky. She says the universe always provides for her. She somehow
that.
like
Mantra.
she doesn't pay for Starbucks. She somehow always gets Starbucks gift cards from people,
Love that.
and whenever her account gets low, somehow she just gets another one from somebody.
I love that.
So
I could see Jessica having she just has good vibes. She's
Yeah.
just bringing good Starbucks
she
vibes.
loves free stuff.
I mean,
Loves it.
she does.
One
Love
of her
free
favorite
things.
days in her entire life was the day she got a bunch of free stuff.
I mean, I think everybody likes free stuff, but I think your wife takes it to another level.
Oh,
Like she
she's-
loves free stuff.
Over the top.
I also feel like when I get something free for whatever reason, that's the thing I'm going to use all the time. Like I could have like a super nice purse, but if I get some like cheapy random bag thing from who knows where, I'm going to use that. And I'm going to use that until it just freaking breaks.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it's just going to be the thing I reach for most often. I'm like, the thing I spent actual money on, I don't want that. I'm not going to use that.
No,
I'm going to use the thing I got for free.
It's to look at.
Yeah.
'Cause it looks nice.
Looks nice. I'll leave that sit there.
Yeah.
I'm going to go do that free thing. I'm
Yeah.
going to use that free thing.
'Cause if I use the nice thing, it won't look as nice.
Also, like, I don't know. Sometimes free stuff, it's like, it's
It's better because it's free.
It's better because it's free. Sometimes it just seems like that quality holds up. Maybe it's because you can kind of like kick it around or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Free
Free.
stuff, man. Who doesn't like it?
Like, but question. Okay, so frequent, because I don't have the app. I don't go to Starbucks that much. I
Okay.
go more now, actually, probably than I ever have because I have one like across the street from where I work. But I don't know. It's so expensive.
It
And
is. It is. And you know what though? Other coffee stores are expensive too.
it's true. However, like,
I think their coffee's better at the other places.
yeah, that's the
So
thing. Well, also like Java House.
Java
Like, that's like
House.
a couple dollars cheaper than Starbucks.
Oh, I love Java House.
Yeah, it's
They have
solid.
a cool like.
They have a good menu.
Yeah. Well, what I was impressed by the most was their Instagram follower tracker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking
yeah,
about?
you can literally see yourself follow them in
Yeah.
that store. Like you hit follow and it's like dink.
Yeah. So I
You
definitely
make
did
a
that.
difference.
And then I unfollowed it to see if it would go down, and it did. And then
Oh, they're honest.
and then I
An
followed
honest
it.
company.
Yeah, and then I followed it back, and it went back up.
In case anybody's wondering, they're also hiring right now. I saw a
Oh, are
job
they?
post for them. So
Okay.
anyone wanting to get in the coffee biz, they got positions.
Also, and another good one, Bovacanti.
Oh, big commissary girl for Indianapolis people.
Commissary girl.
Commissary. Is it?
Oh, I don't.
Am
Is
I
that a
saying it
store?
right? It's a coffee shop.
Oh, I don't
That
know.
also
That
is a barber shop. That also turns into a bar at the end of the night.
one. Whoa,
I know. You do everything.
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's really
What
I used
isn't
to-
commissary?
Huh?
What isn't commissary?
Exactly.
That's
exactly.
That's the question.
Because it's also an office space for me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can get food there too.
This in downtown or?
It's downtown.
Oh,
I know.
what a weird concept.
I know. And you like go downstairs, but it's still like ground level. Doesn't make
Oh.
sense.
That doesn't make sense. I'm confused. It's like those staircases in the pictures where you can't tell if it's going up or down.
It's a staircase. Does it go up or down? Isn't a staircase just a staircase? Because it is both up and down at once?
No.
What?
No. You know what I'm talking about? Those pictures where you can't tell. You can't tell if it's going up or down.
Oh, I get what you're like.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It does go like downstairs into a basement, upstairs into a
But the
the
basement.
second story. I
is
thought you
the
meant like
ground.
literally how you're using the stairs. I
no.
was like, but if it's a staircase, it is for both going up and down the stairs. It's not
Yeah.
an escalator.
No.
Which also, by the way, when those break, why do they close them?
I don't know. They're just stairs.
They're just stairs. It doesn't need to be closed.
They're big stairs.
They're big stairs. They should put like stripes on them so you could see. I could see like somebody who's
Yeah.
maybe hard of sight or older. But they gotta stop doing that just because it stops
Escalators-
moving.
Escalators are awesome.
Unless you're actively fixing it, just let me use it.
Yeah.
Don't make me like walk to the next thing and then have to backtrack or whatever. Like just let
Yeah.
me use it.
I
It's
do
just
love
stairs.
escalators. They're so much fun to ride.
Yeah, when you were little, you ever go up the down?
I maybe once.
I
a lot
don't
of
know.
work.
I got a kick out of it.
It's a lot of
Like,
work.
You can beat it though. You can beat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta try hard. You gotta train.
You got to trying to get up that down escalator.
Yeah. Man, you know what else is a good invention?
That's
is
actually what
those,
football players do.
the moving platforms.
Big fan of except people who stand there.
Yeah. What are you doing? Get out of the way.
I know. I'm going extra fast.
That's like-
that is why we're on this
Right.
moving platform.
That's the laziest of lazy.
Yeah, you're like I'm just gonna stand
Unless you're
while
like-
the floor takes me someplace.
Unless you're like an old person, you know,
then
taking
fine.
a break. That's
then
fine.
fine. If
But
you
people who
have
just
stuff-
stand there,
No, that's not
just-
what this is for. This is for me to be efficient,
Yeah.
not
I'm trying to get places.
lazy. Yeah,
'Cause they're
if you want
usually-
to just stand for a while, go just stand on the non-moving ground.
Because it's usually in an airport and you got places to be.
Yeah, why are you hanging out? Why are you hanging out? This is not where we chill. It's an
Mm-mm.
airport. You know what? Side topic. This has nothing to do with Starbucks anymore.
No.
I was a frequent flyer to the tune of like millions of miles.
Uh-huh.
Like I went lots of places. So I've been in lots of airports, on lots of planes. People who wear shorts and tank tops on planes, I can't, like your shorts would maybe be fine, but like some girls got some real short shorts on planes. They don't clean those seats. They don't
Mhm.
like what even during like COVID, like that was maybe the height of it. Trust me, it didn't get in everywhere. You know what I mean? Like they're cleaning as fast as they can. They're not wiping down those like trays. They're not cleaning the seats. Like stop dressing like that. It's a bus. It's a bus in the
Yeah.
sky.
Yeah.
It has thousands of people on it, if not millions, really, because of how long a plane life is. Stop dressing like that. Like honestly, cover your body when you go on a plane because it's gross. It
Life.
just irks me when I see people in like a tank top and jeans. I know you're about to go on vacation. I sense it. I need you to not be gross. I'm concerned for you. Your body sweat's just getting on that plane, and whoever else is sat there is on you now.
Life pro tip.
Life pro tip. Please stop doing that. I can't stand it.
There you go. Yeah.
And I can't stand people who are lost in airports. Just download an app. Any app. Any Delta, American, Southwest, they all have like maps of airports. Like
Oh no.
there are digital boards everywhere.
I understand that. However, I was recently in O'Hare. I hate that airport.
Yeah, especially if you fly international. You get like I don't think it's been redone. I mean genuinely like when was that thing built? Because I don't think it's been redone ever.
We
it still looks like the Home Alone movie.
Yeah, we land and we're trying to get a Uber, and there's only one terminal that allows Ubers.
Stop it.
And I come in terminal like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
My friend lands in 1, so I meet him, and we were gonna get a terminal like a Uber together.
Yeah.
We landed at the same time, and so I finally meet up with him, and it's like, oh, if you want to take an Uber, you got to go to Terminal 2, and then we couldn't figure out how to get to Terminal 2. It took forever.
Oh, that's different. I'm talking about going gate to gate.
Oh, gate to
You
gate.
can figure out the
Yeah,
gates.
you just look at
If you're like doing, because some places, I've lived in Dallas. Dallas, the rental car center is off site. So if you have to go get a rental car, it's a whole thing. LAX, Uber used to be able to just come to the like whatever terminal you were at. Now you go out to a parking lot to catch an
Oh.
Uber or a Lyft or taxi or whatever. Super annoying. I know, I think it's JFK does the same thing where you go somewhere separate to pick up an Uber, which I think is annoying, but it is what it is.
That is
And I just
annoying.
think like all of that is nuance to the place. That doesn't bug me. I think it's easy to get confused if you haven't been someplace. But the terminal to terminal thing, I need people to stop like getting off the jet bridge and then like stopping and being like, where do I go? I'm like,
Yeah.
you go forward. At least go
Yeah, get
out
out
to
of
the
the way.
hallway. At least go to the hallway and then get confused. But
Yeah.
at this point in time, when we have just exited the jet bridge, can't be confused yet. You know you need to keep going.
Right.
You have people behind you. Stop that.
Well, another crazy one, we were in Tampa, and it was me and my brother-in-law, and we were returning the rental car, and we returned it to the airport in Tampa.
Right.
But so then we had to get an Uber back to the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, like, I guess Tampa at the time didn't allow Ubers.
Oh, they had outlawed it.
Yeah, at the airport. But one came anyway and picked us up.
Ooh.
He's like, I almost drove by and didn't pick you guys up because I thought you guys were undercover cops. Because we didn't have any baggage.
They were like, nope, it's a setup. It's a
'cause
setup.
We were just standing there, no bags or anything.
Yeah.
And
I think an undercover cop would be smarter. I think it'd have a bag.
and it was just me and then my brother-in-law, who's really short, like half Korean dude.
Love it.
And yeah, so we look like undercover cops. Like, I guess we
The
didn't look
odd
like we were
couple.
beat together, I
Yeah.
guess.
I love that. It's like good cop, bad cop, clearly set up.
Yeah.
Amazing.
But we got the pickup and got to our destination. It was a good Uber ride.
Solid. Shout out to all the Uber drivers and the Uber drivers who probably pick up your Starbucks. But this is a perfect segue because our next topic is about cruising.
Oh, that's what we were doing. We were going on a cruise. That's why
I
I
love
took
it.
the car back.
Well, this is perfect because FYI, the Royal Caribbean cruise ship Serenade of the Seas, it was on a 9-month tour that saw over 60 countries around the world, and it recently docked in Miami this week, ending its 9-month journey.
Oh, like the same cruise?
Yeah,
Sweet.
a 9-month cruise. So it housed nearly 2,500 passengers and who spent between 60 and 100K per ticket. So
Okay.
between basically a year's salary for most people on 9 months, a 9 months cruise. They noted that it had a few hiccups with the route having to change due to weather, and one elderly passenger passed away from natural causes. I hear that's actually pretty typical on
Yep.
long cruises.
Sure is.
There were kind of interpersonal issues at the start because it's like a floating high school, basically. So it's kind of like you end up in cramped spaces with people you might not like, and
Mhm.
those people took to TikTok, so it kind of got the word out early on. Um, I don't like also maybe they were all like remote employees. I have no idea how they did this. But in the end, they said the biggest thing was luggage. The company they hired called Luggage Forward said it shipped about 1,000 bags over the course of the 9-month cruise. And one woman claims that she started with 7 bags and ended with 20 because of souvenirs.
Wow.
Like 9 months of shopping. Shopping,
Yeah.
I guess. Just like
These had to be like older people, like retired, right?
I think the demographic for cruise ships has to be older because it is a
Well,
thing. Like
for the
people
9-month
retire
cruise, yeah.
and go. Well, I mean, the people on TikTok, some of them were younger, though, like because it really did take to TikTok. That's how I first heard about this cruise. And people are like, "Oh, this person's so annoying." Like they were kind of outing each other, and I was like, "Oh, this is about to be." Like somebody messed up. They didn't put a reality TV show together for
Yeah.
this.
Like digital nomad. That I mean, yeah, that'd be kind of fun.
Somebody, I'm sure someone ended up famous by being like the 9-month cruiser TikTok person. Like there's got to be a couple influencers that even if they were not
Oh, yeah.
influencers, that became
Yeah.
such during this time period.
You imagine how many like Royal Caribbean points you'd earn from that? All the miles you sailed.
I've never thought about that because I'm not a cruise
Days at
person, but you
sea.
get miles on cruise ships.
Well, not necessarily the miles. So like Carnival does days at sea.
Okay.
Holland America, I believe, does days at sea. I was on a
And so you like what like do you get
yeah.
free days for so many
So like the
days at
higher
sea?
up you get, the more perks you get.
Oh,
So
okay.
you get to get on the ship earlier. You may get like free laundry.
Oh, love that.
Yeah.
That's actually solid.
You get like a dinner with the captain.
Beautiful.
There's other things. There's a lot of other things.
Side
Like,
question, what's your first question for the captain of a cruise ship?
can I drive the boat?
I think it'd be most dead people. I don't know how many dead people they've seen. I don't know.
Well,
Can I drive the boat's a solid one though? Fair. That's much
I mean,
less
you're out in the middle
morbid.
of the ocean. What am I gonna hit? Unless there's a reef. They'll know where the reef is.
I mean, the Titanic was in the middle of the ocean and it found something to hit. So
I mean, they were
I
in
don't
the
know.
Arctic
Yeah.
Circle.
Yeah.
So
Cold.
I plan to drive the boat in the
The warmer.
warmer waters.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Pacific's warmer. Is that right?
Or like the Caribbean or something,
For sure.
you know.
You think he could? You think a captain could just like let you do that?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably get some maritime
not.
laws.
I think you would get a no. I think I'd have an answer for my question. I think
Yeah.
the body count would be higher than you want it to be.
So, little story.
Tell me.
Holland America. We did a 2-week cruise in Australia on Holland America.
Yeah.
And it's mostly old people
Yeah.
on there.
I've been on the Queen Mary. That was also I did a
Oh.
crossing, New York to Southampton.
Okay.
I did the Titanic route is what I
Sweet.
did.
And you survived.
I survived. Well, global warming, you know.
Yeah.
Safe now.
I did watch the video about global warming. yesterday.
Those losers, they
Yeah.
went when it was cold out still.
idiots.
Dumb.
Uh,
They didn't
But
have
yeah.
planes, but whatever.
I guess on Holland America, people will book these long cruises and plan to die on the ship.
Same for the Queen Mary. Queen Mary 2, I guess. Queen Mary's actually out in Long Beach. And
Oh, is that why like Queen Mary 1's like all haunted?
Yeah. I mean, if haunting is real, then like probably if old people be dying on them all the time.
Yeah.
I don't think it's creepy. I think it's just all the old people that's died on them.
And
Because
what's
they're like
crazy,
still cruising. They're like, this is what I chose to do, and this is what I do.
yeah, like what's crazy though is like they have a morgue on the ship.
They have a morgue on the ship?
Yeah.
Dang.
And they
I don't
just
like that.
they
I
just
don't
put
like
him
that
on
at
there. They just
all.
put him in there till the cruise is over.
Yeah, because
And nobody knows.
you don't want to stop the whole system.
Yeah.
What do you do to clean that bed, clean that wherever they died? Man, I hope they wouldn't like drop dead like out at the pool though. That's a whole thing.
You think they like
sense it.
feel it's coming
Yeah.
and just go to their bed.
No, I think somebody's definitely died in an inconvenient way for sure.
Oh yeah.
Maybe that's my question. Now we've refined it. I'm learning a lot on this podcast. Number 1, Campbell soup. Number 2, refine the question to most inconvenient death
Yeah.
on a ship.
Right. On a cruise ship.
Yeah. What are we looking at?
Hmm.
Pool.
Pool. I'm gonna guess a drowning. Because lost at sea doesn't count because they never
Like
usually
you mean
ever
like if
find
they
'em.
throw themselves over?
I'm talking like drowning in the pool.
Yeah, like heart attack, just go down. These pools aren't very well. It doesn't take a lot of water to drown, though. They always say 3 inches or something like that.
Yeah.
Enough to stick your face in.
Speaking of the
Somebody drown.
the Bayesian ship.
Oh, this is our BT dub for the day.
Yeah.
What's my BT dub? The Bayesian ship.
They said that those people in the cabins, the passengers, they dry drowned.
What? What's that even mean?
So
Dry drowned.
yeah, they didn't actually have water in their lungs. So what they think happened is they found an air pocket in one of the rooms, and they waited in the air pocket, and then they ran out of oxygen and drowned.
Oh, carbon.
The air was toxic.
Yeah, like
And they suffocated.
Is that better? That means they were like hanging in there, fighting for their life, and basically all passed out at different times.
So they were probably alive at that night.
That's terrifying. No one went in the freaking ship.
No.
No one went in the freaking ship.
At the same
We gotta
time,
do better. Maybe that's the thing you look at if the boat is like, but it was capsized. It was underwater. They had just found an air pocket.
yeah.
They Poseidon that shit. Wow.
Like, you don't think they would have.
That's the worst. I would rather them have died quickly and drowned and not found an air pocket and watched each other pass out to like sink to a death.
Do you think at some point they just would have been like, you think we can make it? You think we can swim out? And just like make a run for it?
Depends how much you're panicking, right? Because you would have to think, did the ship flip then? Air pocket? I assume there had to have been like
I'm not real sure, but
a
that's
moment.
what the investigators said.
I mean, if the boat is upright, you would have your bearings. But it was also wasn't it a mega yacht? It was a big ship. I don't know how big this ship was. I guess it
Yeah.
depends how deep into the ship a room is versus like can you hold your breath to go do it? Like if you're in a room that's near an exit where you really could like and kind of get out.
Yeah.
Also how deep you have no idea of probably how deep you are underwater.
Yeah. I mean, they probably weren't that deep. So it would have been they were probably
Deep
were
enough
like,
to have a boat anchored though.
yeah. But they were
So-
probably like, well, if we make it out of the ship, but then, drowned on our way up, they probably just were like, we'll just wait here. Maybe they didn't think about the air pocket, running out of oxygen.
Yeah. What is it? Carbon dioxide is what we breathe out. Is that right?
Or monoxide? Carbon dioxide?
Monoxide is poison.
Yeah. Maybe
I
it
think
is
we
dioxide.
breathe out CO2 dioxide. Yeah.
Okay.
So it basically breathes all the oxygen in. Then eventually it was not oxygen.
Right.
It was more dioxide than oxygen.
And then they.
That's a rough way to go. That's
is.
terrifying because you're choking on air.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you just pass out is actually what it did. And then when they pass out, they go underwater. They drowned. Kaput
Yeah.
is what I'll call that.
Yeah. Because there wasn't any water in the lungs. So, yeah, they must have stopped breathing when they passed out and then floated.
I guess. Yeah.
Yes.
And then there's just no air to breathe.
Yeah.
So don't love that. It just means they were freaking out for a long time before succumbing.
Maybe
to
they
the
thought
situation.
like they were going to come and rescue them.
They probably did. I would think that.
Yeah.
I think that's all I would think. I can't imagine thinking I'm going to die, but I'm sure it passed their minds also.
Yeah, I don't know. Because I think they were just looking in the water for people. I don't think they actually went into the boat. You think they could have? I bet they were
Maybe.
alive that night. I don't know how long it takes to.
Yeah, I have no idea the span of oxygen or
Yeah.
how many people were in that?
I don't know.
Well, we know 6 bodies were missing.
Yeah, I don't know if they were all in the same, you know,
Yeah.
place, but that's just what they said. Well,
That's
actually, no.
that's gonna be a documentary,
I
and
think
I'm gonna watch it. That's coming to Netflix, and you know it.
I think
That's a
one person
Netflix.
did drown.
Yeah, the chef,
Yeah,
because they found his body.
yeah, because I remember them saying now that one person's body did have water in the lungs and the others did not.
Right.
So yeah, maybe they're all in the same or a different room, but also found an air pocket.
Yeah. I don't know. Wild. Didn't you say you had like one other strange thing related to the Bayesian, that guy's like business
Oh
partner?
yeah. So
You did some work on this one.
yeah, so the guy who drowned on the yacht, his business partner was also killed the same day the Bayesian sank.
Risking
He
it.
got hit by a car
Shut up.
and died.
The same day?
The same day.
Yo, the court said you're innocent, but God said you're guilty.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's all that you can do to explain that.
Or HP had like the
They controlled the
H.
weather and hit.
HP Hitman.
Maybe AI. Maybe
AI.
maybe they AI'd it. Yeah.
Did you hear about you seen this Chat GPT thing about strawberry?
No, tell me.
Apparently, if you ask Chat GPT how many R's are in the word strawberry,
Strawberry.
it says 2, even though there's 3.
What?
So this guy had like a whole conversation with Chat GPT and was like, "No, there's 3," and like explained it to the
Yeah.
machine, and then it was like, "Okay, so how many R's are in it if somebody asks again?" And Chat GPT was like, 3. He's like, "Okay, good job." So then I asked it. I got on there and asked it, and it told me 2.
Oh no, it's not learning.
It didn't learn.
Ooh, that's
So
a
I thought
rough
it was
one.
just like a ruse. No,
Yeah.
I did it. It says 2.
That's a rough run. Rough. Now
Yeah.
I'm losing all my R's.
Yeah, you giving
That's a
them away.
rough one for ChatGPT.
Yeah.
That's the first L that I've heard ChatGPT taken.
Yeah. I
Dude.
thought that was interesting.
All right. Well, you know what? Maybe AI is not going to take over as quickly as we thought.
No.
All right. Good news. That's a 1 point for humankind.
Yeah.
1,800 for the other people. Back to airplanes. I had my rant.
Yeah.
But I got to go back.
Okay.
It's Boeing.
Boeing.
Again.
You got to.
Again.
It's back.
Are you ready? Boeing is tempering suppliers' expectations for its 737 MAX. I assume you would know that because I don't think anybody. This is like at this point when Boeing's like, we're going to do this thing. I'm like, no, you're not.
Oh, you're actually talking about airplanes.
Oh, yeah. We're talking about airplanes.
Oh, because it came back.
It did come back.
I was a little disappointed.
That it didn't blow up.
Yeah.
I was expecting it to blow up. I'm
I
not going to
wanted
lie.
it to crash and blow up.
I
so
really
bad.
thought it was going to blow up.
Yeah.
I was like, I mean, okay.
You did it.
Also, did you know we hit a record of the most people, like, orbiting Earth or something like that?
Oh, really?
Yeah. So good thing we left those 2 astronauts
Yeah.
up there.
We got records to get.
Wouldn't have made the record of people in space just floating out there. Anyway, Reuters reported that they're Boeing's delaying its master schedule for planes by 6 months. It now expects monthly max output to reach 42 planes by March 2025, not by this September, which is what they previously set. The aerospace giant faced additional regulatory scrutiny since January's in-flight air plug blowout. Meanwhile, rival Airbus lowered its own delivery targets due to parts and supplies, being short. They expect to hit their revised goal of 770 plane handoffs later this year. Boeing is kind of staring down another potential obstacle because the president of the largest union is thinking about going on strike, thinking that's probably going to happen.
Okay.
Probably going to reject that deal that they're getting offered. So that's not going well for them. And kind of like if workers don't ratify the agreement, they'll probably vote to strike. And we should know that today. It's happening. It will happen in Seattle today. So soon we'll know by the end of the day.
Do you know what time this vote takes place?
Sure don't.
Okay.
Sure not involved in that union.
Well, it's what?
So I didn't get told.
3:30 there?
Yeah. I mean, it's probably happening.
Yeah.
They're
We
probably.
might have to look it up before it's over. And
Rah
Check
rah
it out.
sis boom bah. Yeah.
Maybe we get an update, live news.
I'd have to assume that should the workers strike, that 737 Max thing might get pushed back more.
Yeah.
Just a little bit more.
Yeah.
I don't know where we're at on fixing the whole like plane parts shouldn't just like fly off when you're doing it.
Oh yeah, maybe.
I don't know if they fixed that. I think that's my first question. Like, did they fix that?
Is that a worker thing? Like,
Was it a
maybe
worker
these-
thing? Maybe we don't want these.
yeah.
Go ahead and go. Go
Maybe
ahead and
Boeing
strike.
is like,
Here.
guys, look at this track record you guys got. You guys made these planes.
Right. We got
You really deserve this extra money.
shit popping off over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, you're not worth it. Our planes don't stay together.
Right.
Or was it because listen, takeoff and landing when done quickly can put added stress on a plane. So
Oh.
I will say usage of a plane up to its pilots can also,
How do you take off slowly.
it's the way you climb.
Oh, okay. The G's.
Yeah. There are certain airlines that are kind of known for being rough on their equipment. So
Oh.
just saying, could have, like, maybe just enough wear and tear over time. I don't know the lifespan of a 737, but 737 Max, I guess. But just saying, could have also been that. Maybe not the workers. Maybe not totally the workers.
Maybe not.
But I would guess they have a hefty regulatory review period. And that one got missed. What flavor did you get? Does it taste like barbecue?
Nope.
Oh.
It's not good.
What color was it?
Oh God.
The jelly bean. It got you again.
It's like
What color was it?
cream with dots on it.
Oh, you got a rotten egg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's rough. There actually is a soap flavor, so I'm sort of waiting for you to do that.
I could use that right now. Clean my mouth out.
That one should be, there's a white one in front of you that should be like, I think that's marshmallow. Now, I could lead you wrong, but it looks like marshmallow.
Well,
Could be earwax. Sorry. That was such a large swing in what that flavor could have been. But they're both like a little bit creamy, speckly. Is that did I lead you astray? Earwax or marshmallow? Either of those?
I don't think it tastes like either. It doesn't taste like a marshmallow, but if it's earwax,
You're all right with it?
it's not bad.
All right.
Let me see here.
All right. Well, while we're on it.
Yeah, no, that was definitely earwax. I don't not recommend it.
I'm going red.
Mm.
I feel like the mouth sounds can't be happy for people.
Mm-mm.
Cinnamon. I'm
Cinnamon.
safe.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna guess.
Next topic. Let's move on. But by the way, Boeing, get it together.
Yeah.
That's just we have to update on it.
Oh, train, eat a jelly bean.
Wait, we have to bring jelly beans all the time now because we're definitely getting trains more often.
Oh, this doesn't look.
I'm super afraid of the yellow ones. They have too far of a swing
Look
of
at
flavor.
that one. That one's got lots of.
Oh, that's for sure rotten egg.
No.
It's either rotten egg or sherbet lemon. And that, folks, is the problem with jelly beans, honestly, because they put two totally disgusting flavors. Well, okay, they take one disgusting flavor and one good flavor, and they make them look just similar enough that if you don't pay attention, you'll get a bad one.
Sherbet lemon.
There you go. That's solid. I'm not eating that other yellow one. I think
Do the. Oh, you are gonna do it.
this is banana. I don't know why I leaned into like. Nope.
No.
It's not banana and it's not good.
Mm. Hold on. Let's see what I
I think
think
that
it
one
is.
was rotten egg. I'm gonna swallow it so
or earwax. That might have been earwax because it didn't have like the little splotches on it, did it?
fast. It started to taste like it could have been spicy and it just got worse. Okay, I'm gonna eat pink now.
Oh, that'll be good.
Is this like 3 minutes of our episode is us eating jelly bean flavors? But people know the detriment of like popping a flavor that you think is gonna be good and it ends up being the nasty one.
I think you're good on pink.
It's definitely like cotton candy or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bubble gum. Next topic, because the train's gone.
Yeah.
Apple is going to pay Ireland $14 billion.
Whoa.
After a European Commission, which is like the executive branch of the EU, ruled that Ireland gave Apple illegal tax benefits and ordered the company to pay what it withheld. The ruling this week confirmed that the 2016 decision, ending 8 years of legal sparring. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Yes, well, this week's ruling confirmed the 2016 decision. So the court basically passed down a ruling in 2016, and then like a bunch of like legal back and forth has happened since then. So it's been quite a bit. But it all came to an end, and they said, you did something wrong here, Ireland. You shouldn't have given those tax breaks. Ireland's official position is that it did not give preferential tax treatment to companies, but it will accept the money. And Apple CEO Tim Cook said in 2016, this is total political crap. And that statement, I believe, still stands for Apple. It's unclear what Ireland will do with the money, but the amount constitutes as 15% of Ireland's upcoming budget. So I did some math.
Okay.
Ireland has a population of 6.57 million people. That's $2.13 billion a person.
Oh.
So maybe Ireland just becomes a country of billionaires?
Sweet.
What? So my question is, what would you do?
How much in advance do I need to live there?
I don't know, man. I don't know how long it takes Apple to pay that out. I assume Apple could probably do that in a go, right? Seems like a company that could be like, stroke of a check, here's $14 billion. Is it paid in installments? Maybe it's much less fun than what I'm thinking.
Apple's like, can I get a payment plan? It's expensive, but
Yeah.
our phone's still $1,800.
They're like, you will pay us back for this. We will make sure everyone in Ireland owns a $2,000 iPhone at some point with $1,000 like AirPods.
Oh yeah,
100%. But I was like, wait, like Ireland's not that big of a country.
No.
So I just feel like the Irish people should get out there now and start claiming, come up with some stuff. Here's the thing. Most companies that make billions of dollars know, or at least in the US, they get there by like kind of working the government. They end up being a company that is like receives grant money, money from the government. Ireland, figure it out now. Figure out something. Stand up some company so you can get a piece of this pie. What would you do with $14 billion?
Ireland's like, all right, we got caught, but
we're about to get rich, so I guess we
Yeah.
ain't mad about it.
it's not that bad of a deal for them.
I wonder what they made off of Apple being there. Like, they gave a tax cut to Apple. So what, like, I mean, they probably did it to employ people. I would guess that was the benefit of getting Apple there. Everybody wants a piece of the pie when it comes to tech. Silicon Valley, Austin, Texas, Nashville maybe have some tech stuff. I guess maybe that's Charlotte. But it's across the U.S. It all pops up. Everybody wants that. It's lucrative. It pays people well because it has a wide array of jobs, from an hourly wage worker that pays pretty well to like the high up CEO, chief levels, executives. So I understand why you'd want a tech company. But Ireland really wins in all of this.
They did. They get
Because I assume Apple's not going to
so
shut
much money.
down.
No, they got to keep it there. I mean,
Yeah, it's already built. It's already been
Yeah.
operating. Whatever's going on over there, it's already there. Maybe it's less friendly to Apple now if they have to pay more taxes moving forward. But that just means Ireland's going to take $14 billion and keep chugging with a higher tax rate over Apple products or whatever they do there.
yeah.
Business tax.
Yeah, I mean, Apple's probably not happy. They got to lower the budget on next year's like little dumb film they did for the
The
whatever.
iPad?
whatever that thing was.
People got super mad about that, yeah. And it had to do with AI and the iPad, right?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like I don't even know what it was called.
That budget's getting cut for
Yeah.
sure. For sure. I hope they don't lay people off in Ireland because of this.
Yeah,
And maybe if they do have to lay them off, Ireland could be like real chill and, give some of the $14 billion to the people that get laid off by Apple if that happens.
good severance package.
Yeah.
Yeah.
from the government.
From the government, yeah.
But like wink wink, it was Apple.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good day to be Irish though. Luck of the Irish, as they say. I
Oh.
think it's real.
It's on their side.
Yeah. That leprechaun did some work. He was
This-
like, I'm gonna get you Apple, and then I'm gonna get you Apple. Heck yeah.
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 Get Apple twice.
And that's really how leprechauns work, right? Like they're kind of shisty, right?
Yeah, but
they're
you like 'em.
Ah,
'Cause
we got you to move here, and you thought it was fun, and then I got you, and
Yeah.
ha,
It's like
tricked ya.
the scary movie Leprechauns, but then they're funny again.
Yeah, it's like
So,
what was that like movie where it looked like a Furby?
like a gremlin?
Yeah, where it's
Yeah.
like they're cute and fun, and then you feed them after night or whatever.
After
and-
midnight, yeah.
and then
Don't
they
do
just
it.
like turn into little demons.
Yeah.
That's basically, I guess, what leprechauns are.
Or children.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, Ireland got that pot of gold. Tell you that. Tell you that much. Ireland got that pot of gold. So congratulations to Ireland. You're getting $14 billion. And I don't know. I hope it becomes a country of rich people. From potato famine to billionaires. What a good Netflix doc. Just saying.
Yeah.
Let's tell the story of Ireland.
What a good history.
Yeah.
I mean, not
What
the
a people.
potatoes. Yeah.
Nobody hates Irish people,
They're hardy.
right?
They're
well,
hardy
the
people.
British definitely have a history of hating Irish people. They're like
Yeah.
super racist toward them, right? Or
Uh,
like whatever.
I don't know.
They're an ist towards them. They got an ism over there for it, for sure.
Ooh.
Yeah. Messed up. Religious. It's a Catholic thing, right? They hate them because they're Catholic?
I don't know. Anglo-Saxon?
But that's what they all are, right?
I don't know. I don't know
Whatever.
what that means.
They
I just know it's a word.
The British people are like the only people ever that hated Ireland. I don't think anybody
Yeah.
else has beef with Ireland.
No.
Nah. Congrats, Ireland. Your leprechauns finally came in handy. Get that pot of gold. Up next, it's hurricane season.
Oh, it's here.
It's here.
It's
happening.
already been here, I feel like.
So fun fact, actually, after a month-long lull in the season, finally, basically, a tropical storm Francine, turned into a hurricane, made landfall in Louisiana this week. It was forecasted as a Category 1 or 2. I don't know where it ended up. It was pretty serious. I hope everyone was safe. It hit 95-mile-per-hour winds along with heavy rain. Of course, that brings flash floods. And it kind of went through Louisiana and Mississippi in that area, so a lot of low-lying areas. So all in all, pretty serious situation, not to make light that it has been the first hurricane in a month. But I thought this was really interesting because the scientists, the smart people, predicted that it would be a super active 2024 hurricane season, but it just failed to materialize. So they're kind of looking over their computer models. And it just made me think that, like, I feel like scientists do this a lot, right? Not that it can't happen. We could end up with a hurricane a day, right? Who knows? But even with like the finance people, they've been like, it's gonna recession. We're gonna recession. It's
Yeah.
a coming. And it hasn't come. And we had to learn how to like tell the stock market by men's underwear sales. Remember this? Okay. Like
Yeah.
lipstick sales, McDonald's sales, men's underwear sales. And it just feels like every time there's something like this where it's like hurricane season or like recession season or whatever, it feels like the producers of The Bachelor are in charge now, and they're like, the most dramatic season of Earth yet. And it's not true. It hasn't been true, and I'm just kind of tired of it because I feel like if there was a commercial for Earth, that's what it would be. The most dramatic season of Earth yet. And then you get disappointed and everyone's just kind of
Well,
lame.
Francine, that just sounds like she's like a nice lady.
She wasn't the worst.
Yeah.
Again, I feel like I don't know if anybody, I didn't see if anybody was hurt. So I don't
Yeah.
want to like speak too lightly of it because 95-mile-per-hour winds are like no joke. And flooding, like flash flooding can happen. A lot of damage can happen.
Yeah.
But Francine, it's almost like, I mean, if we should take every hurricane seriously, that's not a name to name a hurricane.
No.
That's I mean, she was a tropical storm. That's a tropical storm name. I'm not worried about Francine.
No.
Maybe you get like, it's like a baptism. You get like a new name if you turn into a hurricane.
Oh, yeah.
It went Tropical Storm Francine to like Hurricane Fifey. I don't know.
Fifey.
I
Yeah.
don't have an F name. Frank.
Maybe they didn't either. That's why they
They were
well,
like, well, it's just Francine now.
Because they have to alternate like male and female, don't they? I think.
I know they
one-
go with the alphabet.
Yeah, and I think they do alphabet, and I think they also alternate male and female,
Right.
I believe.
Francesca. That
Ooh.
sounds like a hurricane.
She sounds feisty.
Yeah. Like, yeah, like Francesca wasn't going to be a 5, but feisty.
Yeah.
So she's a 1 or a 2.
I mean, they always call her feisty Francesca. Feisty Fran.
Yes. Did you ever watch The Nanny?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Fran was feisty.
Oh, yeah.
She was a hurricane.
Oh,
That
yeah.
lady was the living embodiment
My
of a
wife
hurricane.
still watches The Nanny.
She was great. It holds up.
Yeah, it does.
Fran Fine is funny.
Yeah.
And honestly, all the girls dress like that now. Like the 90s are
Yeah.
like back, and that's like casual fashion. Like she's rocking it.
She was ahead of the times.
Or like was she just so on point that that time has come back?
I don't know. I don't know if I watched The Nanny when it was on, but, just now.
Yeah, I don't know when it was on. I guess there are things that I watched that I'm like, oh, that would have actually had to have been like a rerun or repeat because I wasn't born when like certain TV shows started in the late 80s.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't alive yet. I was watching that in the mid to late 90s. So I'm watching it like 10 years after.
Yeah.
It's weird how that starts. It's like I think of Full House and I'm like, no, I didn't watch that in real time.
I did.
I did not. I
Yeah.
just think that's crazy. Like I think of that as like a
I
show
loved,
I grew up with.
What was it? It was called like,
Family Matters.
well, yeah, I love that. But what they called that on Friday nights?
TGIF.
TGIF.
Yeah, let's bring that back.
I loved it. Had Family Matters because I loved Urkel.
Yeah. Well, you and everybody else,
Yeah,
right?
loved Urkel.
Do you remember when they had like Urkel had like a machine and he became like hot
Stefan.
Urkel?
He was
Yeah.
Stefan.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's crazy. I feel bad for the guy that played Urkel. I think they had to come up with Stefan so that people would be like, "Oh, you're not a loser." Like he got like bullied in real life.
Jaleel White.
Jaleel White.
that was his
Jaleel
name.
probably got bullied, and I think they did him a favor by creating Stefan
Stefan. Well, yeah.
because he was smooth.
Yeah.
Stefan was smooth. He got the girls. What was the daughter's name? Do you remember? Because she like,
Laura.
yeah, she hated Urkel, but like Stefan,
Oh, yeah. Stefan. Now, that's
Fine.
a totally different person.
totally different person.
Because my favorite thing
he
was...
suddenly didn't have scoliosis,
yeah.
right? Or something.
Yeah. Because that's how I remember her name was his famous tagline, "Got any cheese, Laura?" I always think of that.
I didn't know that was his favorite. I
Well,
don't think that was his.
no.
Urkel's was. Did I do that?
Then I do that.
Right.
But I always thought of...
That's not a famous. Stop it.
No, it is. People-
not. You got any cheese?
Got
Laura?
any cheese, Laura?
I don't remember that. And okay, like
don't know
not that
why.
I was like a huge fan, but I think I watched Urkel as much as any kid. And
Yeah. I don't know. I always was walking around quoting Urkel.
what? I feel
used
like
to-
that's like.
Walk like him. Yeah.
I'm gonna use that line and see if it lands yet.
Oh, then there
Because-
was Step by Step. Remember that show?
Big fan of Step by Step.
Yeah, that
I
was a good one.
loved AJ, the girl. There was like a
The Tom girl.
yeah. I
Yeah.
thought she was
Tomboy,
awesome.
whatever you
Yeah,
call it.
tomboy. Yeah.
That was a good show.
Yeah.
Cody, the older dude who like lived in the garage or something.
Yeah.
The goofy dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think this was a part of TGIF, but I always think of Home Improvement.
Oh yeah, that was a good show.
Yeah, I love that. Their neighbor. That's
Yeah,
just like this
Al.
is all you saw.
No, not Al. That's
Al was his like co-host.
yeah.
I don't know what the neighbor's name was.
What was his name?
But I know the last episode he like came out with like a fan over his face and then finally like pulled it away.
I think
He
his
got,
real
like, the
name's
root-
Al, like Al Hindman or something.
Oh, interesting. Hey, speaking of throwbacks,
Hmm.
we lost James Earl Jones this
We
week.
did, yeah.
I think 96 or something like that. He
I
made
mean-
it. He made it quite a ways, but we lost what? Mufasa, Darth
Mufasa,
Vader,
Vader. Yeah,
Darth Vader, Dark Vader,
Darth.
Darth Vader. Why don't I
Yeah.
know that? Just me learning things at 34, people. That's fine. Like it basically half of Disney's cast is gone with one man.
I believe he also. You ever watch The Sandlot?
Yep, he was that guy. He owned the dog.
The dog. He
Yep.
owned the Beast.
The beast.
I loved The Sandlot.
Me too.
I watched it all the time.
I had a summer where for a straight month we would watch The Sandlot, have lunch, and then go out and play baseball.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like
Yes.
I was watching, like, man, this is like
I'm like,
these kids are living the dream.
we've never been so American. I mean, we had like a wiffle ball bat or whatever, and we made up a field.
Yeah,
But I promise you, literally for a month, that is what we did. Watched Sandlot, ate lunch, went and played baseball.
it's awesome.
That's it. And I think that's as like American as I've ever been. Is just a carefree little kid in the summer
Yeah,
playing wiffle ball with the other kids at my babysitter's house doing
I had a babysitter.
You know that has a sequel.
Sandlot too. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen it. I have the
There's
DVD.
there's
Duh.
girls in it, and it was really exciting for me. I like that
Oh,
one
yeah.
also just because there are finally girls in it, and she was good. Like,
I
and
need
it
to
was
watch
before
that one
like
again. I don't remember it.
it's before girls like really started getting like
I think
their
there's a s-
props in movies,
I think
and
there's a Sandlot 3.
What?
I think so. Possibly.
I'm gonna hunt on Hulu later. It feels like that's maybe a Hulu
Yeah.
thing. I'm gonna find it.
Check it out. I might be wrong, but I feel like there's a 3.
There's definitely a 1 and 2, and people got to watch if they haven't. Because did you even do summer if you haven't seen the Sandlot?
Want a s'more?
S'more what?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Killing me,
awesome.
Smalls.
Killing me, Schmal.
But yeah,
So solid.
my babysitter, she had a baseball field like across the street.
Oh, you like for real did Sandlot?
Yeah. So me and another friend at the babysitter, we would go there every day. We would play baseball with like I think it was a wiffle ball,
Yeah.
but we had our own rules. We had like a season long. We had our stats. We knew our stats.
Oh yeah, we like just kept going because we knew who like whoever won. It was like okay, we started here, we ended here. Like yeah.
Because it would just be like me versus him. So it was like
Okay, yeah,
we had the ghost runners,
yeah.
and it was basically if you got the ball before the other guy made it to first base, you were out.
Yeah.
And then if you hit the ball out of the infield, like anywhere into the grass, that was a home run.
Sure.
Because it was a wiffle ball.
We had enough kids that I think we had like I don't know, it was small teams. Like I'm thinking 3 or 4.
Yeah.
But like enough
all
to
you
like
need.
kind of like
Play wiffle ball.
cover
Yeah.
each other. R.I.P. James Earl Jones. He's a legend and will be missed. And I think a lot of I don't know. He's in a lot of movies, so
He is.
you can make a weekend of honoring him, I suppose.
Yeah. He's got the good voice.
Him and like honestly, like pre Morgan Freeman was
Right.
like the voice.
Yeah.
And honestly, better voice than Morgan Freeman?
I think so.
Controversial?
I
I,
think
don't
no.
know.
I think he's better than Freeman. But now that we got Freeman,
Remember the
can't-
homeless guy that had a really good voice also? It became a thing.
oh,
And
really?
he ended up the voice of Kraft Mac and Cheese.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Remember that? Wonder what
No.
happened to that guy. I gotta look
Yeah.
into that.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, because this podcast has mostly turned into nostalgia. Also, I
Right.
should change from pop culture to nostalgia. Well, it's still kind of pop culture, right? Old pop culture. I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
But we remembered this week. It
Mhm.
was 9/11. This marked the 23rd anniversary of 9/11, which made me feel really old because I was 10 when 9/11 happened. So obviously 9/11 terrorist attacks, which killed nearly 3,000 people at the World Trade Center in New York City, the Pentagon in Somerset County, Pennsylvania. Unfortunately, for the first time, more firefighters, New York firefighters and first responders have died from their exposure to toxins at ground zero, which is 370. We've lost 370 to like people who were exposed to toxins. Then we were killed the day of the attacks, which was 343. And we've lost 28 of those individuals this past year alone. So union leaders are imploring Congress to extend funding for the World Trade Center Health Program, which runs out in 2028. So a couple of years from now, they're asking to extend it to 2090 to ensure that every survivor can receive care. The other point of urgency is FDNY said it's sort of needed before 9/11 fades from people's memories. It soon plans to hire people born after September 11th, 2001, which is kind of crazy. So there's obviously already a portion of FDNY first responders that don't have a memory of 9/11. And I can only imagine how the experience of that day, whether you were already a first responder and are still doing that job or were a kid and experienced that. I know I have friends who lived in New York City and have just kind of crazy memories from that day, even as young as like 6. So interesting that how that must shape that staff. But I gotta think we gotta get that extended. It's so unfortunate that, I mean, who knows what was in the air when those buildings went down. I can only,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. And then that famous picture of the lady covered in dust.
yeah,
She died from
yeah.
a bunch of cancer.
Didn't someone famous also claim that? Like Diana, R.I.P. Diana Ross?
Oh, I don't
Was it
know.
Diana Ross?
I have
There,
no idea.
someone like a legend who lived in New York City claimed that she had maybe lung cancer if she didn't die, but like basically claimed like exposure.
Huh.
I mean, the air in New York City's not good to begin with. Not someplace you deep breathe.
No.
Um, but to then obviously have, I have no idea what goes into buildings. I can only imagine what comes out of them when
They're on fire.
they're
Yeah.
on fire and collapsing, and there's airplane and people and just crazy, crazy things. Seems like there should be an easy pass. I think we can get this done for
Yeah.
heroes, basically.
Yeah.
Especially because a like what a heavy thing for their families to continue to live through also. Not only did, I mean, you feel lucky your person survived that day. They came home to you, and obviously like 3,000 people didn't come home to families and friends that day, which is awful. But to continue to live through it and find out that they have, some disease or health problem related back to that day, it feels like maybe you don't get to escape that day, even though it's 23 years later.
Yeah, it is weird to, I guess, to us as Americans. I'm sure other countries are just, they live in war all the time. They, but for us, like that was it. It was what before that, maybe Pearl Harbor,
Yeah.
and that was just,
That was out in Hawaii,
a
so
small percentage of people.
it might have felt very different to the rest of the United States.
Correct. Yeah. So like that was
Not
what.
that people didn't care. They obviously cared because it meant they
Yeah.
were entering a world war.
They
And I think
just.
it opened up the possibilities of what could joining this war mean, right?
Yeah.
Like that may be scary in a different way than, and also just with the advent of, I mean, it was New York City and we had
Right.
TV and
Yeah.
we didn't necessarily have a lot of cell phones actually in 2001.
No.
I mean, people had cell phones, but not
Yeah,
like
they were
today.
newish.
Yeah. You didn't have an iPhone. I'll tell you
Definitely didn't have an
that.
iPhone.
No, you were using that brick.
You're using the Nokia.
Yeah, you're either hitting somebody with it to like,
Playing Snake.
yeah, get out of your way, or you were making an actual phone call.
Yeah. T9 texting.
Yeah. No, you couldn't even. Well, yeah, maybe
Oh,
that
yeah,
phone existed in 2001. I'm thinking way, way old. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No. Oh, you know it. Because I was middle school,
Yeah, me too. I was 6th grade.
so you were taking iStep.
I sure was taking iStep.
Sure
We
was.
have the same memory. Yeah, I remember I was going to ask you if you can remember. I was in iStep and the teachers weren't allowed to tell us,
Wow.
but I remember the next day my homeroom teacher, who was also our history teacher, said, "I'm going to tell you this because when JFK was shot, my teacher said, you'll always remember where you were on this day." And he goes, "So I want you to know that you'll always remember where you were on that day."
They didn't tell you the day of what was happening?
It was super strange. They didn't tell us. And then I had an art teacher that was like, "They told us not to tell you, but I want you to know we have been bombed." We were like, "What?" Which is wrong. So that's probably why they didn't want you to tell us things, because nobody knew what was going on and they didn't want to create chaos.
Did they make you continue to take the iStep?
Yeah, we finished the iStep. We finished the day of
Really?
school, but it was super strange because people kept getting picked up. And so we didn't
Yeah.
understand. We were like, something has happened. Apparently we've been bombed. Where have we been bombed? We don't know.
I'm sure that just starts
Like,
rumors around
yeah,
school.
like and again, like kids are getting picked up. Like parents are getting scared. Parents are coming home from work.
Yeah.
And it was super strange. And like we did school and some teachers were like, hard asses about it. And it's like, we're learning. Like, yeah, it's an iStep day and we have a shortened class to 15 minutes, but we're going to, power through 15 minutes. And then honestly, other teachers, I mean, they were watching everything unfold too. And so they weren't really paying attention to us.
That's like,
It was such a weird day because it was already set up to be weird because we were taking standardized tests.
yeah, that's like total opposite of my experience.
Yeah.
Like, when it happened, they stopped all testing for the rest of the day. And then
Crazy.
they came in and told us what happened. And if you wanted to watch it on TV,
Oh, that's an interesting
you
move.
could go to a different classroom
Yeah.
where it would be on TV and you could watch what was going on. If you didn't want to see it, you could stay in the room I was in and they were going to put a movie on.
Yeah.
And then they were letting parents come pick them up if they wanted to.
I think that school handled it better than mine did. I don't think it's good to keep kids. I think it probably should have been explained. And I get it. Like, the world found out together, right?
Yeah.
Because the plane had hit the 9/11, one of the towers. I guess I almost said the 9/11 trade tower. It's not that. I think it's like, is it called Liberty? Has a name, right?
Liberty? I don't know what it is.
I don't know what the new tower is called. If it's just the
Liberty
trade
Tower?
tower. Liberty Tower feels right. I don't know.
Freedom Tower.
Freedom Tower, yes.
Does that sound right?
That sounds right. But like, I mean, people set off bombs in the basement, like things that happened before. So I think the first plane hit and they were kind of like, oh no, what happened? And then the second plane hit and it was like, oh, wait. Yeah, I don't think my school handled it well because it obviously led to misinformation. Super strange to watch kids get pulled out and just not know what's going on. And also hard on the teachers. Like, you didn't consider your staff. So to the teachers who powered through and were honestly just like assholes that day and made us focus in class, like, I think you probably needed to go to therapy because you're somebody who probably works when you need to like consider your feelings. And to the teachers who were kind enough to sort of tell us and go easy on us that day, good job.
Oh, I think, yeah, you got to tell them what's going on. Like, your country's under attack. Like, because I
Well,
remember.
because they also didn't know like what else was going to happen.
I do remember that. Like, okay. Because then we, we heard
especially
about
because
the
it was
Pentagon.
like New York City. Yeah. And it was like, oh, it's moving. You know what I mean? So they were like, well, wait,
They're
is
like,
it going to be LA and Chicago and like, where else?
So that was the big worry. Is like, what else is coming?
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember I went and watched it on TV because I was like, I got to know what's happening.
I remember watching when I got home because even like the kids' networks were like delayed or, whatever. Like, regular programming was not running. And I remember a TV channel interviewing a firefighter who was covered in soot, just white nearly. And he started crying. And that was actually probably the first time I'd seen a grown man cry. And I remember crying because I guess I just like, I was young enough. Like I said, I was 10. Like, I'd never seen like adults be so scared, like notably shaken. And that's when I was like, oh, this is scary. Because I was like, I've never been to New York City. I've never heard of the Pentagon. Like, I was just didn't know some of these things. So it didn't really hit me. But like, I remember that firefighter being interviewed and that struck me.
Yeah. Actually, we have a guy in our neighborhood. He went there. He's on the Indiana Task Force 1.
Mm-hmm.
So he just recently went to, I can't remember if it was some kind of wildfire. Maybe it was a hurricane.
Yeah.
He was actually on the news. They interviewed him.
Crazy.
But yeah, he was in New York City. He went there, and I think he has some health issues from it, from the toxins. But I did look it up. It's called the One World Trade Center, also known as One WTC and Freedom Tower.
Okay. So we got close, but the Freedom Tower now stands and
I think it's officially known as the One World Trade Center.
Cool.
So that's the new one. I remember
it's also very impressive.
Yeah, I haven't seen the new one. I remember going to New York City and seeing Ground Zero.
Sure.
But
also really nicely done memorial there. I like the way they left some of
the steel.
Yeah, some of the steel, sidewalks, replanting trees, but that building's really impressive.
Yeah, I haven't been to New York in 10 plus years. So.
Yeah. Worth seeing, and just a solid and sincere thank you to all first responders, and thoughts and prayers with those families that still deal with the repercussions of that day.
Yeah, it's still happening.
Yeah. Well, Keith, that brings us to the end of our episode, but would you like to have a nightcap?
We can do a quick one.
All right, hit me.
Have you seen Ridge, like the wallet company? Have you heard of them?
No.
They're giving away a gold-plated Tesla Cybertruck.
Oh no.
It's covered in real gold.
that thing can't go like but 100 miles without being covered in gold. So now it goes 75.
Yeah. So basically, they're doing a competition.
Okay.
You get to choose between one of three prizes: the gold-plated Cybertruck,
Done.
a like Hennessy Velociraptor truck. It's not electric. It's just like a
Yeah. I know what a Raptor is. Yeah.
Or $100,000 cash. What are you taking?
Raptor, the resale's really good.
Yeah, that's true. Those Raptors are kind of rare, aren't they? They're expensive.
They're expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. The resale's really solid on this Raptor.
Okay.
Hmm.
You don't think you can get more for the gold Cybertruck?
No. I think that's gonna unravel real quick. I don't think I'm getting anything for the Cybertruck.
Okay.
I think the
I
people who
heard-
wanted those they got them.
I heard like the used price on those is plummeting.
Oh, I can only imagine
'Cause
because
I
you
heard,
can't
like,
tow anything. I mean, it's like novel. Like you have it if you're wealthy and you like novel things.
I've seen so many
In which case,
recently.
cool. Like if you like novel shit and you have money, spend it. Cool.
Yeah.
Like okay,
Yeah. I would.
you
I don't
could have
know.
went on vacation. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, you could have.
You could have done something else,
But
but now you got a Cybertruck.
I would have to learn more about the Velociraptor. Because I actually probably wouldn't pick the Cybertruck.
I think they're just Raptors. Velociraptors.
it says Velociraptor.
Is it really? I always thought
Yeah.
they were just Raptors.
Well, no, I know you're talking about Raptors, but this one says it's a Hennessy Velociraptor.
And not a Veloster. Veloster? There's like that's like a Hyundai.
I don't know. No, it's definitely not that.
Okay.
Let me look it up.
I need to know now.
Oops. I was
If this truck, because I always think they're Raptors. Have I been wrong this entire time?
No, I don't think so.
Cold hard cash, you're paying taxes on. I guess you pay tax on a vehicle as well. I just think, I guess you could have the gold taken off and melted down.
So,
Gold
okay.
price is pretty good. I'm trying to think of what you would get off of that. I'm eating a jelly bean. I need to think.
The Hennessy Velociraptor. So it is a raptor, but
Oh, okay.
it's a
But it really,
Velociraptor.
I didn't realize that was literally named after a dinosaur. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
raptors, I guess, also is what we would call a dinosaur, but I genuinely thought they were just raptors.
Yeah.
Well, I learned something new, and I'm definitely taking the Raptor. They have great resale. I
Well-
remember having one to resell when I worked at Ferrari, and solid.
I'll let you know if I win.
Pick the
'Cause
Raptor.
I did buy a Ridge wallet, and I got like what, double the entries. Because I needed a new wallet.
If you show up in a Cybertruck, I'm gonna be so pissed.
Nah, I
I'm gonna
wouldn't.
steal the gold off of it. I'll take like a little knife
scrape
and
it
just
off.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I wasn't gonna pick that. Just because I'll have to
What if
learn
that's
more about.
all that's left? What if they're like, hey, you're the
Oh.
third winner. You get the gold
Obviously,
Cybertruck.
I'll take it.
Right.
Obviously.
Right.
If I have to,
We should record in it. If you
Yeah.
win it, let's record in the gold Cybertruck.
let's do it. Just drive around.
Let's get the Deion Sanders like sunglasses
Uh-huh.
that are also gold.
Okay.
We'll just stunt.
If I have a gold Cybertruck, we can definitely do that.
Oh, we have to.
Yeah.
It feels like a gold Lamborghini.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? That's actually one of those vehicles that really does make sense in gold. If you're going to get a Lamborghini, wrap it in gold. It looks sick because you're already screaming like, I'm not a Ferrari. So scream louder and scream in gold. And that's the advice I give to any Cybertruck owner. Don't just scream Village Idiot, scream in gold.
Yeah. I mean, I was just gonna take the cash, but if this Velociraptor can sell for more,
Yeah. People like them.
maybe I'll do that.
All right.
Because I was thinking, I'll take the cash and get my own, like, car of my choosing.
I mean, if you want a different car, then yeah.
Yeah.
Because you could have money left over.
Yeah.
Gas.
That was my plan. But Velociraptor might be the way to go.
Yeah, resell. Then you have even more money. Get another car.
Right.
Money left over.
That's the plan.
All right, folks. That's the end of our show. So we'll see you again next time. Thanks for coming. Bye.
See ya.